All right, welcome everybody. Get started here in a minute, give people time to join, and we'll have a fun program all about ecoEXPLORE. Feel free to share where you're tuning in from, or see we'll be talking a little bit about plants because it's our plant focus right now. So if you have a favorite plant that's been blooming or you've seen or want to see, I'm excited to see dwarf irises pretty soon. So we can go ahead and get things ready. So my name is Adam Prince. I work for the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences, of course, out at Prairie Ridge. And my main job is helping with the ecoEXPLORE program. And that's what we're here to talk about. So in case you don't know, we're going to do it all here. It is a citizen science program that is directed towards kindergarten through 8th grade students. We have lots of things like hotspots and lone spots I'll talk about, their connections with local organizations, local places, to broaden our program to reach more people. In the program, you make an account on the ecoEXPLORE.net website, and there you can submit your nature observations, and when you submit them, you can earn badges, you can earn points, and you can redeem those points for prizes. And my coworker Rebecca will show you the website later, so we can see what some of those prizes are and see what it looks like to submit things. We also provide all kinds of programming, like this one, this intro program, but also we have all kinds of fun programs on different topics and different subjects, and it's all free. Everything we do is free and available for anybody who wants to participate. And it's all over North Carolina and throughout the country, and even more than that. For North Carolina, you have full abilities and full privileges. You can submit and earn points and prizes all throughout North Carolina. If you're outside of North Carolina, you can't get prizes, but you can still get everything else. You can get the badges and participate and get all the programs and things like that. But we're working on expanding the program to be even bigger than it is right now. I'm seeing some plants that people are looking forward to. Pink lady slippers, the Zenobia. I don't know that one. The dusty Zenobia. That's a fun one. And the coral honeysuckle. That's a great native one. So I mentioned that ecoEXPLORE is a citizen science program. In case you don't know what that means, it is getting non-scientists, the everyday people involved in collecting data to help scientists. So it's not, if a scientist wants to study when a certain flower is blooming, they can't go around to every single place that flower exists and check and see if it's blooming or not. If they want to find out when a certain bird is migrating through an area, they're not always going to be able to stare out their window and wait for that one bird to come by. But by getting everybody, hundreds, thousands, millions of people involved in this data collection, the scientists can have all that data that they need to make all those observations and to study the data there. So the more people we can get involved in it, the better. Most citizen science programs are directed towards adults or older kids, but this one is specifically designed to allow younger kids to participate in it. Like I said, we're kindergarten through 8th grade is our main program. And when it comes to citizen science, it's not just animals. I gave the examples of plants and birds, but it can also be weather data. It can be different seasonal changes and things like that. So citizen science covers pretty much any kind of scientific topic. I mentioned we have hotspots and lone spots. This is just a map of where they are in North Carolina. You can see we've got a pretty expansive coverage. It started in the mountains. The Arboretum in Asheville is what started it. So the mountains got first dibs on their hotspots, and we started about a year ago in the central part of North Carolina, and now it's throughout all of North Carolina. So you can see these are all places you can visit and get extra points from. These are all places that can provide programming for ecoEXPLORE. So there's all kinds of fun stuff involved there. I mentioned the central NC part. We are central NC. The museum is the main hub. We are the focus for the central part of North Carolina. We're about 15 counties that we handle, and these are our current hotspots and lone spots for that area. Lone spots are mostly libraries, and by lone spot, we mean that they can have materials that the ecoEXPLORE users can borrow for free. We're getting ready to send those back out. We didn't have those for the last year for touch reasons and for sanitation reasons, but they'll be starting back pretty soon. And then hotspots are just any kind of nature place that is good for exploration. They have good native species and trails and programming abilities and things like that. So you can see there's some city parks in there, some state parks in there, some nature places, some learning centers. There's all kinds of variety with these places. So, well, during ecoEXPLORE, we have different seasons. Right now, we're in the middle of the botany season from March through April. And this just means that we focus on those topics for those times. So right now, we're focusing mostly on plants for our programming. When we do intro programs or when we try to think of ideas or think of people we can contact and scientists for programs, then we usually will focus on the plant topics. And we're getting ready to focus on herpetology. We're getting those ready. If you look at our Facebook page, we have a lot of those events already up and ready. So for these seasons, you can earn a special botany badge by making a certain number of observations within that badge, and by completing some challenges that will be on your account. So we can show you what those are in a minute. So coming up soon, we have a Bioblitz badge. Bioblitzes are these big events where scientists and people from all over go to a certain place and try to identify everything in that area within 24 hours, usually 24 or 48. It's usually a really short time frame where people look for every living thing, plants, animals, fungi, everything, trying to identify as much as they can. And so this Bioblitz is statewide or wherever you are, trying to find as many things as you can. And for this badge, the participants have to identify 20 things during that time. Identify make 20 observations during that time. And then adults can earn this one too. There are ways that the adults can participate in this one. They can make, I think, is it 40? I think 40 observations during that time on their iNaturalist account, and then they can submit it through a form. There's also a wildflower badge, so you can earn a separate additional badge for making observations on wildflowers, like the pink lady slippers that were mentioned earlier. If you take a picture of a flower that is a wildflower, you can earn points there too. And we have all kinds of seasons, all kinds of fun things, all kinds of fun topics, all kinds of fun programs leading for those, and we'll have events and all kinds of stuff through those. It's really fun. It's really cool. So I mentioned that you can earn points and redeem those points for prizes. Every single observation that you make can earn you up to 5 points. You get 1 point just for posting, just for making an observation. You get a point for that. If it is a good photo, then you get an extra point for that. You can get 2 points. And I'll show you what it looks like. I'll show you what we mean by good identifiable photo. When you submit your observations, you have the option to give an ID if you know what it is. If you took a picture of a bird and you're like, this is just a bird, then you would just put bird, and you wouldn't get an extra point for that. But if you know it's a northern cardinal, you would get a point for labeling it as a northern cardinal. So you get an extra point for that ID. Like I said, we have different seasons. We're currently in the middle of botany season. So if you make a plant-based observation, then you can earn a point for that. Starting next month, if you take a picture of a frog, you'll get an extra point for that because it's herpetology season. And then you saw the whole map of hotspots, which includes all of our state parks, includes a lot of city parks, county parks, and all those other places. You get an extra point for it being at one of those sites. So when I talk about taking a good ecoEXPLORE photo, what does that look like? Well, so when we're talking about making good, identifiable scientific photos, what do we mean? So this is a picture of a couple of different trees at the Prairie Ridge Eco Station. This is a red cedar here, looks like there's a sweet gum here, there's something over here too. This is not the best kind of photo. This isn't the kind of photo that we're looking for. This is just a big, wide shot where you might know what these are. You may not be able to know what these are. So it's not the best kind of identifiable scientific photo. But this photo, the up close picture of the red cedar branch, is a much better photo. This is the kind of photo we're looking for. These identifiable, you look at it and immediately know what it is, and it can be used for identification. I found a ladybug on my trash can, and I was very excited. And so I took these pictures in quick succession. And these two were bad, and this one was good. So this is the kind of thing we're talking about. This is not a good photo. This is a better photo, It's not fully in focus and it's not well lit, but this photo is, you can tell exactly what kind of species this is. This is the picture we're looking for. I can identify this as a 7-spot ladybug, which is an invasive European species. But these two photos aren't the kind of photo that we're looking for. So try to keep these photos on your account. Finally, I'm going to close with this last picture. This is the same red cedar type tree that we had in the earlier one. And this is not a bad picture of this tree, but if this is what I wanted to get a picture of, then this is a better photo for that observation. This is it's called an ootheca, O-O-T-H-E-C-A. It's just a name for the egg case for the praying mantis, the Chinese mantis. This is where they will lay their eggs, and they'll all hatch around this time of year, a little bit later. And there'll be like 100 some little baby praying mantises inside this little case here. And so if you wanted to take a picture of this thing, this is the better photo for that observation. All right, so now I'm going to pass it off to my coworker, Rebecca, and she's going to show you what it looks like on the website, what your home page will look like, and what your page will look like.
All right, thank you, Adam. Welcome, everyone. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, so we should see a computer screen right here. Whoops. That is on ecoEXPLORE.net. So I am already logged into my account. We can see my dashboard is up here, but if you don't have an account, you have the option to create an account up here in this bottom or this top right corner. So going on to the website, there are a lot of things just on the home page. We can see a little description of what the program is for. So you get to help scientists and earn badges and prizes. Scrolling down, we can see that it's botany season, so letting us know about that. And we have a botany season summit coming up. So I can't quite remember if Adam mentioned, but at the end of every field season, we have a really exciting day that we spend about an hour with everyone across the state in ecoEXPLORE, where we get to celebrate what we saw, get excited for the next season. So our Botany Season Summit is coming up tomorrow. Scrolling down a little bit more, we can see some of the upcoming programs that are coming up. The Desert Plants and the Frog Songs are actually programs that we're going to be teaching. And then we can check out some of the latest observations made by ecoEXPLORE users. So lots of plants, because it is botany season and people are specifically looking out for plants. But down here at the bottom, we do have a toad. And we can also see the leaderboard. So like Adam said, each photo can earn up to 5 points, and those points add up. And these users have made a lot of observations. So J-Man has 6,533 points and lots of users in the thousands. So you can definitely try to make it a goal to earn a lot of points when you join. So I'm going to scroll back up to the top. So like I mentioned, we do have events that are coming up, and I think the home screen actually showed all the events that are posted now. We're about to post a lot more events for herpetology season. Just after this program, I'll be posting them. Like Adam showed us, we can see all the different hotspots and lone spots. So I believe when this map loads that it actually knows where I live. It knows that I'm in the Morrisville area. So it's showing me all the hotspots that are nearby. And I can click on one, like this one, Prairie Ridge Eco Station, which is actually where we're based out of. But no matter where you live, if you live in North Carolina, if you live over in Rocky Mount, we can see that Braswell Memorial Library is a lone spot. So you can take a peek wherever you may be. Maybe if you're going on a trip down to the coast, you can find lots of different hotspots using this part of the website. There are also prizes. So Adam mentioned that I would be showing the prizes. You get those points when you take your photos, and when those points add up, you can use them to get prizes. Now, our most expensive prize is the iPod Touch. It requires 1,000 points. This is a great option to get to take photos if you want to have your own device. One of our favorite prizes that we think is really neat is this Echometer Bat Detector. You can actually plug it into an iPod Touch or a smartphone, and it listens for bat calls. So it can pick up the frequency and the sounds that they make, and it will put information on your phone or your iPod Touch, and it will tell you what bats are flying around and make it so you can actually hear them. There's lots of other really neat prizes. Oh, good question in the chat. Are prizes being mailed out? Yes. When you earn the prizes and you choose to get them with your points, they will be mailed to you. So there are lots of other prizes. There's a digital camera. There's a trail camera, so something that you can set up in your yard and try to take photos of animals when you're not there. There's microscopes, lots of different things, binoculars, materials like vests and field bags to carry your supplies, lots of different things. You've got bee houses, insect nets, and like Adam mentioned, those lone spots, the libraries, some of our libraries will have, or all of our libraries will have backpacks that can be checked out, and they contain some of these supplies. So I believe, Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, but they do have an insect net, and they have some things like magnifying glasses, like these little cases to help you be able to make your observations. All right, scrolling back up. So we are going to go to my dashboard. So I already have an ecoEXPLORE account. So when you make your ecoEXPLORE account, this is what you will see when you log on. It will say hi to you. And some of the things that I see right off the top, it tells me how many points I currently have. So I have 50 total points. That doesn't mean necessarily that I got 5 points for every photo, but all the photos that I've taken, it's added up to 50 points. It also tells me which badges are active. So it is botany season right now. So certainly our botany badge is active and available for me to get. I can also try to get my Bioblitz badge, and it tells me that the day for the Bioblitz badge ends on May 10th. And I can also start my wildflower badge. So if I click on this botany season badge, it tells me what I need to do to be able to get this badge. So it says, to earn your botany field badge, be sure to submit 6 observations and 3 out of the 4 challenges listed below. So I have 6 blocks for my observations, and I can also see the different challenges that I can choose between. And that would be the case for all of our badges. Like Adam mentioned, our Bioblitz badge actually doesn't have challenges. You just have to make 20 observations. So 20 open photos that I need to submit. When you submit an observation, it will show up on your My Observations screen. So I can see some of my observations, and I can see how many points I got on each one. So you don't automatically get points right when you submit the photo. We do have our staff are the ones who actually go through and we help to make sure your ID is correct, and we look at your photo, and then we give the points. So it does take a little bit to turn around sometimes. But I can see that my brown-headed nuthatch observation got 4 points. I can also add a comment if I need to, maybe if I made a mistake or if I want to say something really neat that happened when I took this photo. And the observer or the staff who are looking at our observations will also make comments back. So I think this observation, the staff member who was processing it said, I think your observation is correct. I think your identification is correct, but let's check it out on iNaturalist to see if that's sure. So I can click through onto iNaturalist, and I can see if anyone else tried to help out with telling me what my observation, if it was correct. And it looks like it was, because I said it was a monarch, and some other users have come on and also said that it was a monarch. So that's about all on the website. There's a My Badges tab, which I've never actually gotten a badge. I'm hoping to get my Bioblitz badge, so soon it will say that I've gotten that. But if you've earned any badges, you can see those badges on here. And then you have options to edit your profile if you need to do anything like that. But the website's pretty easy to use, and I think it's really fun. I like to go on the My Observations tab and just look at all the photos I've taken, like my cute little moth photo. All right, well, I am gonna stop screen sharing so Adam and I can answer any questions that you may have.
I don't know if it was specifically said, but the badges are physical patches that you will get.
Yes, good point. So one of those prizes that you may have noticed was a little bag that can hang over your side. I've seen a lot of our users have put all their badges onto that bag. Oh, Brooke said, I don't know how to add my pictures. So I will screen share again real quick. And so I am on my dashboard. So we're back on the main screen. Up here in the top right corner is the dashboard button once you've logged in. If you're not logged in, there will be a login button. But when I click on my dashboard, right here in the, just below that dashboard button, so still in the top right, there is a submit observation button. And I actually don't have a photo prepared, so I am not able to submit one right now. But you would pull your photo in here, or you could click to upload, and you would be able to go through and say what day you made the observation, where you made the observation, and be able to answer all the questions. I can stop sharing for a second and pull up a photo.
All right. I have one ready.
Oh, I just pulled one up too, actually.
Okay.
Thank you, though. All right, so I pulled up this photo, and this is actually Adam's photo, so we'll be kind of working together. And when I click next, it asks me what species I saw, and maybe you don't know, that's okay, but it certainly, even if you don't know what species, this certainly looks like a frog, so you can put your best guess, say, it's a frog. You can include a description if something interesting happened, or maybe you heard more, something you might want to share with people.
And there are some challenges that require you to put a description in there too.
Oh, thank you for pointing that out. I would hit next. It would ask what day and time I observed it. So maybe I observed it last night around 7 p.m. Say 7:20 p.m. It would ask me if it applied to any badge. Right now, it doesn't apply to any, or that's not true. It would apply to the Bioblitz badge because the Bioblitz badge is just any observations. Did I snap it at a hotspot? Yes. Did I snap it at a state park? No. We can say that I saw it in Wake County. So we'd scroll all the way down in the counties. And what hotspot? Adam, do you happen to remember where you saw this frog when you took this photo?
Piedmont Wildlife Center, which is in Durham, but we can put the Prairie Ridge.
All right, let's say we saw it at Prairie Ridge. And then I would hit submit, and that would go in, and that would make it so then the staff could go through and process my observation. I do see that Brooke said, I keep logging in and it's not working. I'll type an email in the chat because our staff at the North Carolina Arboretum are the ones who do a lot of the work with the website. So if you're having an issue with the website, they would be the ones who can help. So I will put that in the chat right now.
And if it's a new account, then it might take a minute for it to become verified because someone does have to double check things. So that could be what it is too. It may just take time. Are there any other questions? Anything else anybody would like to know about the program or about how it works? And we're very excited about the Bioblitz Badge because it corresponds with the City Nature Challenge, which is a worldwide kind of contest to see which area of the world can get the most observations in a 4-day period from the end of April into the first couple days of May. And our area has always done pretty well. And by adding in ecoEXPLORE to those numbers, it might help us do a little bit better. And it's just cool to get everyone participating in this activity.
And you'll definitely get some bragging rights by getting an actual badge that you can put on your backpack or maybe on a different bag or a jacket, something to say that you helped participate in the City Nature Challenge and help to make observations that help scientists.
Yep. And this program worked from kindergarten through 8th grade. So I'm technically too old to participate in it. But now that I'm glad that we have that one badge that we can earn, it'd be nice.
Yeah, so Miranda asked, is there an equivalent program for people to participate in challenges that don't have children in that age range?
The iNaturalist program itself, which is where all of our observations go, there are some Bioblitz challenges and some groups there that could have things like that. Of course, there's no points or prizes associated with iNaturalist. But iNaturalist in general is a pretty good program for that kind of thing.
Yeah, good question. And Chris said, you can submit any photos anytime to the museum's iNaturalist project, which is called Natural North Carolina. So you might not be getting a physical badge for doing that, but you can certainly get some bragging rights. And if you make a lot of observations, you might be at the top of the charts, which is fun to be able to point out to people.
And I definitely know people that brag about their iNaturalist observation numbers. I have a lot, but that's just because I've been participating in the City Nature Challenge for the last couple of years and doing other Bioblitzes and things like that. So it is fun to see how many observations you can get and see if you can be one of the people to submit an uncommon observation for an area. It's very fun. I don't know if I'm sure I don't have more than Bonnie. I don't know how many she has. But I think I'm under 800, and she definitely has way more than me.
All right. Well, if we don't have any more questions, thank you so much to everyone for joining us. I'll send the website for ecoEXPLORE in the chat again, so you can check it out. It's a really fun program. I know someone said that they're already a part of it, but we really hope that you join it, especially to help out with the City Nature Challenge to make observations and get that Bioblitz badge. And herpetology season, the study of reptiles and amphibians, is coming up. So we're going to have a lot of really cool programs, and it will be really exciting to try to go out and make those observations to see turtles and salamanders and snakes and whatever you can find. All right. Well, thank you so much.